Okay, felt called to do a reading, so let's see. Hi YouTube family. It's been a minute. That last little reading was kind of on the fly because like I was really reading for me, but it felt like it resonated collectively. And so I just want to see the energy. Yesterday I really wanted to do a love reading. I've been feeling a lot of love in the air, but it felt like more like a self-love message. So I don't know if this is still going to be stemming from that kind of energy or what. Let's just see what's going on, because I want to see what's going on, you know. I hope y'all have been lovely. It has been brought to my attention that my presence has been missed deeply on this app, and this is now the I don't even know how many persons that has told me to they wish I was more consistent posting my content and stuff and just showing up. We'll see if it applies. We'll let it come back out. That felt significant. So yeah, I don't know. Consistency, determination, discipline. Y'all know it's the year of the fire horse. A lot of things are getting burned to smithereens in the process. There's that fool though from last time. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides connected to us in unconditional love and light, wanting to see us walk our highest path for the greatest good. What's going on? And I'm ticklish. I feel like a tickling like up my spine. I've been feeling mad kundalini energy. I cannot stop dancing. I've been super thirsty. These could be signs and synchronicities for somebody. Your sacral chakra, inner child energy. Just feeling very playful, very joyful. Cartoons could be significant. Coloring could be significant. I'm looking at these butterflies, rainbows. It's a lot of woo-woo energy, a lot of magical energy. It's a lot of things being balanced out, and I'm getting tickled again. Like, you're about to know so much joy, so much pleasure, so much peace. Like, you're about to feel like you can breathe again. Breathing exercises could be significant for some of you. 7 of Cups. Usually I read this like confusion. For some reason, it's like the clouds are parting though, and there's got all these cups, and I feel like you're about to have more opportunities than you know what to do with. So this is not necessarily a bad confusion. It's a discerning confusion. It's like there are so many different paths that you can take. You have so many different options. And what's most important right now is just to follow your heart through the process. Like, that's where the joy is. That's where the whimsy, the magical, the woo-woo comes from. Can't make it up. Judgment is out here with the 9 of Swords in the reverse. Also, there's that Temperance again. Something is seriously being balanced out. You could be coming out of this state of just worry. I was gonna say of constant worry. You could have been feeling like you were really in like this anxious state of mind, and judgment is being called on that. Maybe you were feeling anxious because you're like, I don't know which way to go. Something that is coming through right now is, along my journey, I had so much trouble the last few years because I kept feeling like I had to pick one thing. Like, there's all these cups. I can only pick one cup. I have to pour into one thing. And I've been getting into like bibliomancy and getting into reading my Bible and stuff. And something that came up is like, you know, God says be fruitful and multiply. And it's like, to be fruitful and multiply, it's like if you have multiple gifts, you might be like, I don't know which one I'm supposed to choose. And then you might feel like disconnected, and you might feel like you're just having a hard time, especially if you're trying to force yourself to fit into one thing, but you're not meant to just be in that thing. You're not meant to niche down per se. You're meant to take your seeds and spread them and multiply. And I had seen somebody post on TikTok, and they said something like, because if you plant flowers, you don't just plant one seed and be like, okay, and then the next season you plant a different fruit or a different flower. It's like you plant them all and they grow at their own pace and stuff. So it's like, one of these things have to grow. One of them have to blossom. Excuse me, confirmation. They're going to grow. They're going to blossom at their own time. But you have to, there it is again. There it is again. I feel like this feels like pushback, because usually upright, it would feel like defending yourself, but it's like pushback. Maybe you're in a season where you don't have to defend yourself. I feel like your actions speak for you. The divine is speaking for you. Your protection is very loud. It's very clear that God has their hands on your life, okay? With that judgment call, okay? So it's a lot of clarity happening right now. As we talk about like the year of the fire horse, because when I did this reading yesterday, I noticed the Ace of Swords, and I have the dark on one side and the light on the other. And the light, you know, that's like the fire and stuff like that. And the dark isn't necessarily bad, but the thing is, the people that don't know how to maneuver through the dark can't get to the light. So it was really showing the people who have done their work to be on this side versus the people who have not. And it's becoming very clear which side of which you're on, which determines the way that this year is really going to go for you, okay? So that could be significant. And I'm getting that ticklish feeling again. It's 555 on the time, okay? Can't make it up. Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Nurture your seeds. Be fruitful and multiply. And it's also a very grounded energy. Look at all of this, like, blushing and blooming. And I'm hearing tangled. When Rapunzel gets out of the tower and she's down there and she's like, heart racing, and that's when I know my life begins, or something like that. Heart pounding, yeah, it gives that kind of energy, okay? Embodiment. It's like you're not scattered in the mind anymore. There's a heart and mind coherence here, clearing the smoke, the clouds, so you can see very clearly which seed goes where, when to take action on this, when to, like, what that looks like. Because you don't have to constantly take action. Once you plant a seed, some things need to be watered every week, some things every day, some things, you know, need this much sunlight, need this much. So you could have your hand in multiple things, but it's really about nurturing yourself, grounding, embodying those gifts, embodying that energy to bring forth what wants to come forward. I just flipped the deck again at Temperance. This is coming fast too. If you're in alignment, things are going to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's going to feel like overnight. And we all know, like, plants and things, they don't sprout like that. But this is because these are seeds that have been planted years ago. I think in the last video I posted, I talked about an 8-year cycle that still feels significant. Also 3 years, and also 5 years, and possibly 7-year cycles could also be significant. Okay, no, not 7 years. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is out here, but it's in the reverse. But I felt like it really wanted to be in the upright, because talking about this cycle, maybe in the past you felt like this Queen of Cups reverse, you could have been kind of struggling in your emotions. I feel like I'm talking to the empaths, and that's why there was so much, like, mental fog and stuff, because I'm saying to, like, follow your heart and stuff, right? But to the rest of the world, following your heart, it's like, that's naive, that's so childish, that's so ignorant, that is so, you know what I'm saying? And that's not what it is. Everybody just doesn't know how to follow their heart and focus on their own thing. And notice she's also looking at her own cup, just like she's looking at her own seeds. Look at this. You went through all of this emotional turmoil and all of these lessons and things. You've been focusing on your own cup to be able to nourish and water this seed. To be able to what? Nourish and water this seed. Look at all these cups. You have all of these cups you've been nurturing over time. And this cup is divinely given by the divine with her angel, her wing messengers on here. That judgment call, okay? It's time. It's time. I can't really. The Devil card is out here in the reverse, though. Closing out those karmic cycles. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. This energy is so fruitful, joyful. I can't make it up. Strength, Queen of Wands. We now have 3 queens out here. The only one missing is the Queen of Swords. When I was talking about that mental, you have the strength to overcome all of this turmoil. Right. To find the clarity. And it's not like it was something easier. It was something that was just given to you. You had to work to find that. I was going to say, I feel like she wants to be out here, and I seen this behind it. She's literally reaping the fruits of her labor. All these seeds. Man, this is beautiful. Solar plexus energy. We just talked about the year of the fire horse. So fire is significant, okay? Because fire, masculine energy, taking action, that's the light. You can only really know your light or find your light if you have gone through your darkness. Right. The clouds, the illusion that you've cut through is your darkness to find your light, to find your truth, to find your, I feel like, wholeness, sovereignty, like, this is a beautiful message, man. The Hierophant and the Chariot. I can't make this up. This is divinely timed, divinely guided. You balanced your light and your dark. And look at the two people here on the Hierophant. And I keep talking about this as like grounded, and this gives like I was gonna say like traditional, but I also wanted to say generational for some reason. This can be like ancestral with the Six of Cups being here on the bottom of the deck as well, because it gives childhood, nostalgic. The cycles that you've closed out, the things that you are healing are things that you've healed from your lineage. It wasn't ever just yours that you were carrying, and that's why it's so many seeds, because these are gifts and stuff that have been bestowed upon even people before you, and they weren't able to overcome to be able to do this. So it's like you kind of went back, like blast to the past. And we are our ancestors to a degree. I don't want to get too far off because I really want to stay grounded. I feel like the energy needs to be grounded. You've spent a lot of time in mental turmoil and chaos, and just I feel like you need to be grounded. Like, and that's not to say that life isn't going to be magical, but you're learning to find the magic in the mundane. You're learning to see the whimsy, to see the beauty in life, in everyday life, not just when things feel extravagant or chaotic. It's like you see the beauty in the flowers, you see the beauty in the bees, you see the beauty in the way that nature works all around us and how things interact with each other, because you know how everything is all connected. So you're able to find the beauty in like your morning coffee, going for a walk, hearing the birds chirp, okay, drinking water and feeling it in your body. I did not mean to. I don't know if y'all seen them fall onto my lap, but look. That Ace of Swords that cut through the illusion. And on the bottom of the deck, by the way, is the Ten of Swords. Because everything that would have had you feeling like this, right? Here's the Queen of Swords, who I said we didn't have out here. This was when you were in that mental turmoil and confliction and just like can't see, like, so you weren't able to manifest properly. It's like your magic was off. It's like it was all out of whack. It wasn't balanced because you couldn't see the power you hold. You couldn't see how your emotions and you couldn't see how your light and dark were powerful. It's like you always felt like it had to be one or the other. I'm having a hard time expressing this message. I feel like it's gonna meet who it needs to, but I'm having a hard time putting into words because I feel a little bit nervous when I'm saying this. It's like I'm worried about the way that what I'm saying is gonna be perceived, and I don't have to do that because it's gonna land for who it's gonna land for. But this goes into the mental confliction of like trying to think before I speak, like trying to rationalize, like what if this is too woo-woo, like then I'm sorry, baby, this is just not for you, but who it's for is gonna find. But I feel like this is something that we as a collective have struggled with over time, and that's why the message is popping up in this way. And this is what's cutting through the clouds. This is what's cutting through the clouds to show like all the parts of you. You are whole. You are not just this part or that part. You are not just light or dark. You are not just masculine or feminine. We are all. And we're cutting through this illusion, these lies, these distortions that we once told ourselves when we weren't able to manifest or exist or embody properly because of the illusion. This is what we are walking away from. This is what the year, and when I said the horses pull chariots. I mean, these don't look like horses, but y'all get the point. Very much coming into union with your masculine and feminine energy. Finding peace in your sovereignty and your wholeness. The last few years could be very emotional for you. I feel so much emotion. And again, I've been feeling a lot of Kundalini energy, a lot of sacral chakra energy. It's been a lot of dancing, releasing. And I love dancing. I love music. I dance and I listen to music pretty much every day. But I've been dancing. I've been doing dance moves, and my body has been moving in ways that I didn't even know they could move. Maybe the ancestors been taking over and moving me. Because it's like the energy that's being released is like all the stagnancy, all the blockages, all the anything that was holding you back. It's like, I'm not just dancing for me, I'm dancing for my ancestors. And I was just watching One Piece. If y'all know, if y'all have, you know, I was just watching One Piece, and it just made me think of when she be like, the future where I am the most free. The future where I am the most free. That's what this is. Having not a care in the world. You can really step into and embody and recognize you are more than just your mind. I don't know why I'm hearing you are energy, emotion. Y'all could be really sensitive, and people could just really have made you feel bad about that. Like, it gives, I almost started speaking in tongues. It gives because they couldn't. Very emotional. This is emotional fulfillment all the way around from 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how emotional are you right now? And in either direction, it's extremely emotional. Like, but this is the cup you've been focusing on. I feel like you've been trying to put the pieces together, and you're like, okay, I'm taking action. It's not helping. I have it in my mind. It's not, working. I'm trying to do things through the material world. It's not working. The emotions is what was missing. Your heart is what was missing. Your heart is the liberation. Your heart is the freedom. Your heart is what sets you free. Because your heart shows you the way. That's why you had all the confusion. Because you didn't have heart and mind coherence. That's what's coming into balance. That's what all the tools are about. Heart and mind coherence, being on the same page. Because people tell you have to think with your logical mind. Otherwise, like, you just, oh, you're dumb, you're so naive, no. This is about your heart. This is the message of your heart. I'm hearing calling all hearts. I'm also getting, I did a Bible passage, and it literally was like, it says something like, where your treasure lies, that is where your heart will be. And I got a theory about One Piece that I'll be talking with my best friend about. We're not going to get into that, but just know where your treasure is where your heart will be. It's like your heart is your guiding map. This is all about your emotions, because you felt like, I'm not allowed to be emotional. I'm not allowed to express myself in that way. I'm not allowed to. That's changing. That is the missing puzzle piece. Because how fire scorches the earth, air makes the fire spread, but water nurtures the earth so that things grow. If the fire gets out of hand, the water puts out the fire so it's not too much. Like, and with the wind and the water, I'm seeing like rain and stuff like that. This is, you didn't know, you couldn't see it, because you just had to feel it. You were too worried about what you could see with your mind, what you could see in reality, instead of with your mind's eye. You were too focused on the logical thinking, and not enough on your faith. And all you need is the faith of a mustard seed. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed to watch things breathe. Okay? Yeah. Justice is coming. All that chaos and confusion and turmoil, that doesn't exist anymore. And this is happening quick. Quick. Soon as you step into your heart space, as soon as you start living from your body, because once you're in your heart space, you start feeling different. Your nervous system starts acting different. Like, your body is really loud. Your intuition is really your body in the way that it acts. If you start having heart palpitations, your stomach starts hurting, you feel like you scared to speak, you start sweating, like, that's your intuition. Your body, your nervous system. Because the nervous system is connected to, like, electromagnetic. And see, why am I getting into that? Like, this is logical, but like it's connected to, like, you know, electric waves and stuff like that. We talk about energy and stuff. So if that's the case, then the whole system, your energetic body, your nervous system, is the intuition. So when you be like, I don't know, something just feel off, I'm itching, I got tingles, but then you don't listen to yourself because your logical mind is like, well, I'm not seeing it, but you can feel it. And your body and your heart will tell you. And I've been in this space. I said this year I was going to allow my inner child and inner teenager to take the wheel for this year and the rest of my life moving forward. But it's because our inner children, they live from a space of innocence. They consistently live in the heart space. They don't worry. They don't feel like they have to protect themselves. They live in a state of whimsy, of curiosity, of adventure. And that is significant because since I did that, I've been way more in tune with my body. If something comes up and it's like, I have issues like connecting with people. I got trust issues and stuff. Or I worry that people are going to be like, oh, you're annoying, or you talk too much, or you, because I'm a very woo-woo person. I am a lover girl. I'm a simp, y'all. I am in love with my best friends. I'm in love with the people that I'm in love with. I'm in love with love. Like, if you know me, you know. And so it's just like, when I want to express myself, I'll get like anxious and I'd be like, no, because I already been expressing myself a lot. Like, what if they get annoyed? What if they feel like, but then I'll be like, okay, inner child, what do you want to do? And if she's like, but I want to tell them that, I want to say that, then I'll be like, okay. And usually I feel better if I do it. Whereas when there are things lately that have been coming up for me, if they make me feel uncomfortable, my inner child will be like, do we have to be here? I really don't want to do this. I just got a notification that says, congrats, you qualify. Confirmation. But my inner child would be like, do we have to do that? Can we go home? Like, and home being like my heart space. Home is where the heart is. Like, I don't really feel like doing that. This doesn't feel safe for me. I would really rather not. Like, your inner child will tell you. But that's when you're tapped into your heart space, because that's when you're really connected to your body. Because I'm getting like off, but this is making sense. I'm talking out loud. I'm not thinking about it. Don't logicalize it. I don't even know if that's a word, logicalize. Your heart space is really, as long as your heart beats, you're alive. As long as your heart is beating, you're alive. Because you could be brain dead, but still be alive. You could be brain dead, but still be alive. As long as your heart is beating, you're alive. Oh my God. I fainted one spring. Oh my God. Winds add up. I can't. I fainted one year. When I passed out, I saw my heartbeat on a monitor. Like beep, beep, beep. I saw light and I saw dark. When I passed out, I saw my heart. I saw the monitor. I saw my heart rate. It was slowing. I started talking to God. I passed out, fainted, blacked out. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to die. I still have so much life to live. I thought you told me I still have to do this and I still have to do that. Like, I don't, like, why would you take me before it's my time? And then it slowly started coming back on live. And then I woke up and I got up. You can be brain dead, but if your heart is beating, you're still alive. I know this sounds like, this is happening so quick. This is gonna find who it's meant for. This is integration. I'm hearing assimilation. I don't even know what that means. Okay, this is integration. This is assimilation. Heart, mind, coherence. It's your heart. It's always been your emotion, babe. Like, you're such a beautiful person. I don't know who made you feel like it was bad to be emotional. Like, shame on them. I see how I'm about to do this, but I don't want to. Okay. Shame on them. As soon as you step into this heart, mind, coherence, you're going to start meeting your people. This is soul family. This is true connection. This is reciprocity. But this is also your past version and your future self. Oh. A future where I'm the most free. This is your past self when you felt trapped and confined, and your future self where you were most free, coming to meet swiftly in the middle. This reading is getting really emotional. This is not what I thought I was going to be doing a reading on, but this is what happens when you just let things flow. I didn't have like an expectation. I just felt called to do it. I'm kind of glad I didn't do the reading I was going to do yesterday. Like, y'all don't know how this is hitting right now. I hope this is going to find who it needs to. Y'all are going to get it. This is so fucking beautiful. The Lovers. All these twos, your masculine and feminine energy. Look, she's looking at the divine. He's looking at her. Masculine and feminine energy in motion. How do we move? What do we do? The sun is peeking out here. You're being illuminated. Your masculine energy is coming online, but it's not in a... Your masculine energy is coming online in a way where you don't have to overfunction. You don't have to do too much. Because you could have overfunctioned before. You could have been like in a lot of burnout. So this energy, when you integrate, you're going to understand that action doesn't mean doing. Action is knowing when to do and when to hold. Action is knowing what action to take. Action is knowing when you even need to take action. Because sometimes resting is an action. And we get so much in our mental conflictions of like, I'm not moving, so I'm not doing anything. And that's not true. Let's wrap this up, Spirit. This is beautiful. I'm so grateful to be a vessel. I'm so grateful for the people that are here. If this resonates with you, I love you. Because I know. Because, like, I'm reading for, like, collective. But, like, I'm part of the collective. Like, this is hitting so hard for me. And I don't care if you feel like you just gonna have us all up in your business. I always be transparent with y'all. That does not bother me. And we're not going through the exact same things, but it resonates, okay? I can't. This is it. The star. Healing, following your north node. That is where the healing starts. 3 of Swords in reverse. That is where the healing starts. Following your north node. Your guiding light. Your heart. Your purpose. Your soul. Your spirit. That's it. A moment of silence for the journey. This is a full circle moment. You could feel like, so I just did all of this just for you to tell me to come back and live a normal human life. I had that realization. I went on this big whimsical spiritual journey for the last 3 years. 3, 4, 5, whatever. I don't even know anymore. Just to have a full circle moment where God is like, now everything that you just learned is meant to be embodied. So now everything is grounded from this point on. So you're not living in the woo-woo. You're seeing how the woo-woo is in the mundane things and the normal things. In the way that, isn't it beautiful how our bodies work for us? Like we consistently breathe and it keeps us alive and we don't have to tell it to do so. The way that our internal organs and things function, like that's beautiful. The way that we get to take showers, the way that it rains, the way that the ocean ebbs and flows, the way that the earth holds us. The earth holds us. The earth is holding all of us. That's so powerful. That's so powerful. That's so beautiful. I'm so grateful to be a vessel for the divine to work through. And I'm so excited for the collective this resonates with, because that means that I am finding my people. And after a long journey of feeling lost and feeling like my people were supposed to look like this or that, I am finally embracing what is not normal about me, or the things that people think are weird or too much or like. And it's bringing me closer to my people, and it's bringing me closer to self. We all feel like we had to set out on a journey to find ourselves and do these things to figure out who we are, when the whole time, if you just be still and you listen and you follow your heart, your inner child, the sun, you already know who you want to be. You don't have to go out and find it. You just have to be still enough to listen. You just have to be still enough to listen. That's where the healing happens, in the stillness. Action isn't always doing. Action is knowing what action to take and when to take action. And sometimes resting is an action. Slow and steady is still action. Pacing yourself is still an action. Because if you're moving, how do you see where you're going? when do you stop to reassess the map? When do you stop to feel where your heart is guiding you if you're constantly moving? So yeah, this is a process that's happening quickly, but it's only quickly if you're aligned. And a stillness just hit me. Like my ears are ringing, but they're not ringing. It's like a silence, like a complete stillness just hit me. A wave of stillness just hit me. Like the world stopped spinning right now. All those seeds you've sown, watch how much they've grown. That's what I just heard. Because you're coming into heart and mind coherence. I'm so proud of y'all. Look, all the cards, I'm trying to put them away. This would just fall back out. It's your heart. It was always your heart. You were never too much. You're only too much for those who can't hold you. And if they can't hold you, then there's somebody else who can. Just because that person said that you're too much doesn't mean that everybody else feels that way about you. You are no longer the pain that was projected once you are no longer the family that disowned you. You're no longer that mental distortion. Those cognitive distortions, those lies, those stories that you told yourself. That's not your... Come on, spirit. Oof. Balancing out your mental, your spiritual, your emotional, your physical and spiritual, your light and your dark, your past and your future. Oh. I'm putting these away. The star. Follow your north node. But that is your heart. Where your treasure is, that is where your heart will be. A future where I am the most free. I love y'all.